Hey there, and welcome back to the second part of this mission, where we are stopping a Soviet invasion force. We're not just stopping a Soviet invasion force, we're also hunting down a couple of aircraft. We've already splashed a couple of MiG-25s here and there, taken down some helicopters, some Il-38s that we're patrolling. So ideally, the enemy's going to be less capable of detecting me. Right now, though, I have a high priority job for Otis 5-1 and Otis 1-1. Because there are a couple of most likely Tu-22 M3s heading towards my formation. My formation being the Task Force 33, as led by USS Enterprise. So my job here is to shoot these things out of the skies before they lay eggs. And I think that I can do that, because I have a suspicion that I might not have been detected yet. Because if I had, these missiles would be flying in already. They got a 249-mile range to the Enterprise. And we're going to let these guys do what they do best now. So I'm going to tell them to go weapons free. Air search on. That should allow them to start neutering this whole formation as they see fit. Unfortunately, Otis 1-1 has already been in combat once, and as such is not as heavily loaded out with gear. So I'm going to have to figure out a good way for them to still be useful without risking themselves. What? Come on. There are still a bunch of helicopters about. I would like to shoot these down, ideally without getting shot at myself. You guys are empty. I'm going to tell you to return to base. Otis 7 can take up the slack. And we're going to continue popping helicopters. Oh crap, I launched the wrong loadout. Otis 7 only carries one AIM-54. That's not what I would like to see. I need you to take down the other bird. That one. And then I need you to loiter getting there. Because we are venturing into enemy airspace, and that's not exactly where I would like to go. Okay, let's make sure we have another flight of F-14s up. Air-to-air intercepts, not air-to-air long range. Give me a flight of 2. What is the course of these things? Course 107. Which kind of puts them after going after the Enterprise, I think. Yeah, exactly. So that means I'm probably being tracked. I am probably being tracked. Which is not a situation I would like to find myself in. Can you engage this guy? Thank you. I'm popping helicopters here because San Francisco is parked deep underwater. And yes, I'm saying parked because she's doing absolutely no speed. Waiting for the Kalinin and friends to come in. I need to be able to take those down. In the meanwhile, Boomers 1, 4, and Lizards 1, 4, and 7, that's a total of 15 aircraft, are going to execute a strike on the ships here in the back, which is the actual landing force. Those are the ones we need to take out. In the meanwhile, let's have a look at how the AIM-54s are doing. Because we're approaching these things at very high speeds. They're only about 29 miles out. Radar tells me there's only 4. I wonder if that's the whole picture. I'm going to tell Banger 1, which is my E2C, to close in a bit towards the bombers. And see if there's actually only 2. Or sorry, 4. Or if there's actually more aircraft. I need to know about that. Otis 3 is RTB. The next Otis flight, Otis 9, is coming up. I need you guys to start popping more helicopters. It's not a very spectacular job for a bunch of F-14s. It is, however, a vital job. As if these helicopters survive, they can kill off the San Francisco, and the San Francisco is my best asset to go after the cruiser. So that's the way that these puzzle pieces will ideally all fall into place. Range, about 13 miles. 12 and change, 11 and a half. I can probably see them pretty soon. Eight-mile range. Where are you guys at? Yep, that's a Tu-22 M2. With loadout. So that's good news, they haven't launched yet. Excellent. Excellent. Means my life just got a lot... Oh, we're being jammed. If you see a downwards triangle like that, you're being jammed. How fancy. And it's actually working as well. 1 down, 2 down. Well, that takes at least 4 missiles out of the fight. So it's fine. We've still got 2 missiles being targeted at the other 2 bombers, and it looks like we'll get them as well. There's 1. And 2. Negative. We got 1 survivor, but there's still 1 M54 coming in. And he's gone. Gentlemen! Fantastic job. Now RTB. Just don't RTB your way through the enemy airspace. Well, not enemy airspace per se, but at least enemy no-fly zone. You guys are... You're in range. The problem now lies in the enemy's capability to defeat my missiles. I'm going to be attacking from right about here. So I can mostly ignore those anti-air units. Otis, you're guiding a missile against... Oh, you're guiding a missile against a K-27. Understood. Weapons tight after that. Otis 9-1. Go to 37. I am still hunting for submarines around here, and we got P3s looking for, well, where I suspect submarines to be. I might be entirely wrong, but these X's here are suspected locations of submarines based on where I would put them. So it's not exactly a scientific method, it's where I personally would put submarines to hunt down the enemy player. Let's start taking down 7049. There's another helo about. For some reason the AI doesn't exactly seem to use helicopters either in pairs or in small doses. They just throw every helicopter up. And hoping, by the looks of it, that those things will be successful. I'm going to maintain our ECM lock on, let's say, the Sovrameni, because that'll kind of jam the whole formation. Otis 5. We're still pursuing that unit. We want to engage 7049. Actually, I do not wish for you to do that. I do not wish for you to do that. Otis 5-2 is going to probably return to base. I can tell Otis 5 to kind of stay up here, although they've used a lot of their fuel. Just loiter. I'm going to be my guard dog. A54. And we have another dead. No, not so dead helicopter, actually. He made it through. Well, well, well. These things aren't infallible. Range 26 miles. There's a helicopter or 2 almost directly on top of you. If they drop sonobuoys, it's possible they'll detect you. New air? No, probably another helicopter. Okay, not that big of a deal then. Otis, I also need you to engage 7061 and 7039 if you can. I think your air search at this altitude is not really going to pick him up. Well, it is, actually. It is. Otis 9-1s. Yep, it's their sensor, fire control radar. Good. So we can engage all of these helicopters and clear the skies. And ideally 7046 dies right about now. Not directly a threat to San Francisco, but the fewer helos out there, the better. So I very much appreciate the effort. Okay. Otis 6, I want you to fly back to base, being the aircraft carrier. I want the carrier to rush away from the danger at 30 knots, yes. I can have Lake Champlain preemptively jam in that direction, although her jamming isn't as good, but it's still something. Same for the Monterey. There. So if missiles do come in from this angle, at least these 2 cruisers are going to be throwing their offensive ECM at it. Potential problem. I was looking at the Kalinin just to see how she was doing, and I detected something from her. she launched something. I don't know what. But it threw up a big plume of smoke. So that has me a little concerned as to what her intent is. It could have been that she's trying to intercept an AIM-54 that was going for one of their helicopters. It could be that they're starting to launch their anti-ship missiles. I'm not sure which one it is. I think I have blinded the capabilities of this formation and, well, especially their aircraft enough that they're blind. But I'm not sure if I'm not getting picked up by sonar somewhere, because I'm running away at 30 knots, so you can bet the Enterprise and her friends are making lots and lots of noise, trying to get out of the dodgy area that they find themselves in. And for the Kalinin and her missiles, this is just a hop, skip, and a jump. Like, they can go at 335 miles, and I'm a mere 120 miles out. So they very much have the capabilities to kill me the moment that they figure out where I am. The other one, Sovrameni, not as big of a deal, normally. They do carry muskets, though, out to 71 miles, so they're not that big of a problem. Then we have the Udaloy, which is an anti-submarine warfare ship. We have a Krivak 2, which is also an anti-submarine warfare ship. Their anti-surface missiles really only reach 5 miles. That leaves the Kalinin here, or their Kirov class, as the most dangerous unit. So for right now, I'm not that concerned with it. But I really would like to know exactly what that aircraft, what that cruiser sent up. Because if it is something that is in fact very dangerous, I would like to know about it sooner rather than later. Yep, I was not wrong. That's P700s coming in. So that means we are actively being detected. Yep, here it is. There's more where that came from. Okay, we got incoming. They know where I'm at. I'm going to activate the air search. I need to get the best air picture that I can. You're a VLS ship, right? Okay, weapons hold. Air search. 5, air search. The reason I'm putting the Monterey on weapons hold is that the Lake Champlain is probably going to start throwing missiles out by herself. And if you have both VLS ships engage against a bunch of missiles, they will typically massively overkill those incoming missiles. They will start throwing missile after missile after missile, and you just waste a ton of them. To the point where you sometimes run dry. So that's why I'm not interested in throwing out that many missiles. Here comes the rest. I think the Kalinin's just about running dry. So at least they did send out all those missiles in one nice big wave. The good news is that I'm already jamming. I already have the active jammers from Lake Champlain up. I did unfortunately send my only electronic warfare bird out. So let's launch another one quickly and have that also throw up some interference. The Magic 2. Magic 2 is coming out of the hangar right about now. Yeah, you're gonna go here. And we'll just have to see if we can eliminate these things as quickly as possible. Because they're gonna start sea skimming, at which point they'll be more difficult to find. There's a bunch more coming up at 81,000 feet. 82. Can the Champlain engage that? No, it's too far away probably. Yeah, they're too far away at present. Okay, so this furthers my suspicion that I have a submarine close enough to detect me. But where? Let's say the Enterprise can get detected around, I don't know, 30 miles or so. That means I'm going to start telling these P3s to do a different run. We're going to hunt here. Because I suspect... Well, they wouldn't be next to Olympia. Let's clear the area here. And the Enterprise can also help out with her own S3s. Salvage. It's an interesting call sign for what we're about to do. Otis, any further helos about? Or did we neutralize all of them? Unknown. You're 23.5 miles out. That does put you in range of my ad caps. I just don't want to use them yet. These things are coming in at, let's say, about a leisurely 19 knots. They are active sonaring, so they're definitely trying to ping and find my location. I doubt that they'll be able to do just that. What sort of sonar they got? They got a variable depth sonar, which is unfun, but only got an active range of 16. And this one has an active range of 32. I'm not sure how good they are at detecting the San Francisco. Okay, we've intercepted a couple of the granites. Not all of them yet, because that was just the first wave. The second wave, in their cruise phase right now, is currently getting engaged by the Champlain. And the Champlain is going to have to defend the formation. With vigor. We're going to do a shoot-shoot-look. So, shoot 2 missiles at a target, and then look and see if there is anything actually left. If there is, we will shoot again. Magic status. You're coming up on the flight deck right now. Okay, good. Sonar buoy is getting deployed here. Nothing getting detected, though. My birds are almost in position to strike. Okay, I'm going to overwhelm these missile defenses here. We got plenty of contacts. I'm going to classify them all as hostile. And we need to start, spreading missiles out between everybody. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 contacts, and they all need to go. So that's what we're here to do. You guys are 88 miles out. You guys are a little farther afield at about 100. Okay, we're getting the vampires detected again. Go. There it is. There's the nice missile wave. And I'm not sure who's the commanding missile, if they still have one. These things typically keep one of the missiles as the commander, if you will, and the other ones start diving. So it's possible one of these missiles is going to stay up there as they divide up the targets. Keep in mind, this is 1989. I still think this is pretty spectacular levels of technology for this era. I wonder if this helicopter is going to be able to see those missiles. They're 10 miles out. I've seen weirder things get detected visually. Okay, so salvage 2 coming up. Magic preparing for takeoff. Go there, activate your offensive ECM, because your ECM is at least a bit more long-ranged relative to what my ships can throw out. Go to 1,000 feet. Salvage. Yes, 3s. I need you guys to prepare a hefty run of sonar buoys. Because I suspect we're not alone. And the question is, where's the threat going to come from? We got P3 searching here. We got the other P3 searching there. It could be right around there. Salvage 1. I'm not interested in a full manual or a full automatic spread. It's going to do a manual spread. Other birds going home was Otis 6, RTB. Otis 7, RTB. They're going to be a little busy with the flight deck for the moment, but that's fine. In the meanwhile, our missiles are about to intercept all those incoming granites. Or at least that's the intent. There are 6 missiles that we can tell. 1 has been intercepted. 2. 3. 4. 5. 1 survivor. Immediately the Champlain jumps into action again and throws out more. Oh, we still got a helo up there. How about that? Engage. Okay, you boys ready? Let's start the party. Okay, this is Lizard 1. I'm gonna have Lizard 1 engage the trailing ships with, let's say 1 missile each for now. So single shot, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're also going to have the other guys do that. Lizard 4. I'm just going to skip one ship. So I'm going to say single shot. 1, 2, 3, 4. That still leaves 3 contacts which are not actively getting engaged. And these guys are going to do the same thing. Just, again, moving 1 contact forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to have the boomers go in, but from the other direction. So we're going to go single shot. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if this doesn't flat out kill them, it'll at least cripple them. And you're going to do another 1, 2, 3, 4. That ought to do it. That ought to do it. And that ought to make their life extremely miserable. The Kalinin is going to definitely endeavor to shoot down as many missiles as she can, but she is not capable of throwing out that many missiles while being jammed, as the missiles are actually coming up from behind her. They're bypassing her. They're not going directly over her. The closest that these missiles will get is about 17 miles. And as they're sea skimmers, that's pretty difficult to deal with. That's pretty difficult to intercept. Now, I gotta make sure that Lizard doesn't accidentally fly their way over and through the Kalinin's capabilities. So, I'm gonna tell Lizard 4 and their whole formation not to go there directly. And the same thing for the other lizards. Lizard 1, do not fly through that anti-air bubble. You might come to regret it. Oh crap, I'm gonna have to tell every single one of them to do that. I was hoping I could just guide the formation away from the threat, but no joy. Come on. Go. Go. Okay, so we got missiles going in from both directions. That means that these boomers can go home. And we're gonna have... Hold on, why are you not actually taking part of this fight? You guys are. You guys are. What about you, Boomer 1, 2? Okay, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4... Not sure what that's about. Now, that incoming granite over here is getting fairly close, but it's getting intercepted by 2 more missiles. Let's see if that's enough. In the meanwhile, we still got the M54 going for that helicopter, which is relatively close to San Francisco. And San Francisco herself is still 22 miles out. I want to maintain position. I still want to hold where I'm at. Somebody just activated jamming. Lots of it. Potentially the P700. Because that's something you can tell there. Otis 1's getting jammed. And that's how you can tell that. It's sort of a big triangle saying, hey, I can't see there. Yeah, it was the P700 jamming. Because once that P700 died, the jamming instantly died out as well. So that's no longer a problem. Yeah. I'm a little concerned about not finding any submarine so far. I really don't think they're going to be close to Olympia. I want you to just stay around here and wait until you find something that needs eliminating. Kalinin is not done. There are more P700s coming up. The AI just seems to never learn. They always throw these things out in small portions. And that's kind of the mistake that I was making too when I started playing the game. You need to throw these things out in one big spread. Just one big wave. And if the missiles see their targets, they will figure out, okay, we need to send 2 after this one, 3 after that one, 1 after that one. But the fewer you send, the easier they will be to intercept. And that's the mistake here. Because there are still a few missiles coming in, sure, but I can easily take those out. I'm not worried one bit. It's time to see how effective this missile attack is going to be. For now, I'm not seeing any activity from Kalinin. She has thrown the last of her her missiles, her anti-ship missiles, that is, at me. All got intercepted, courtesy of Lake Chamberlain. And as such, she's now really reduced to a well, albeit very potent, AA platform. Unfortunately for her, she's getting jammed. And that means her radars aren't exactly as effective as they normally would be. So she has capability of going after these missiles most of the time. These things can reach out to 5 miles, but she also has access to this... Where was it? Yeah, this one. NTR, 83.5 miles, the S300FM. This one, normally able to go after air targets at a very good range. This time around, not really. My sea-skimming missiles are only 50 feet above the water, which typically is still higher than I would like, but okay. As such, the Kalinin is 22 miles removed and can barely see over the horizon with her radar. The Krivak here is using her radar, but it's not as good of a radar as what the Kalinin can bring to the table. So that means these harpoons are most likely going to go in without a hitch. The real question is, are they actually going to find their targets as I have assigned to them? The answer is, I don't really know. Because sometimes these missiles start looking for bigger radar signatures than what they're originally told to go for. And when they do that, well, it's a bit of a waste of missiles. Because they all pick the same thing. Such as when I would launch against Kalinin, they would probably all find the Kalinin and just ignore everything else. Because this thing has a extremely sizable radar return signature. Anyway, it looks like Kalinin is not actually able to do much and to defend those landing ships. So if this attack succeeds, and I think it will, that could be an instant knockout to the entire landing force. What I am finding with this scenario is that it is quite similar to the one that I had, I think, in the Aleutians, where you just had this surface group that was arguably slightly too far forward. If this was my group of protectees, I might actually put the Kalinin in the middle. Not because then my other ships can soak up the damage, but because by doing that, the Kalinin is able to much better cover anti-air units or anti-air defenses here. And right now, I'm not facing a whole lot of resistance. Yeah, sure enough, some of these Rapuches are firing back with their 57mm, which is cute. I might find the occasional missile getting shot down, but I rather doubt that these little pom-poms of theirs are actually going to be sufficient to knock out all the missiles. This, I'd say, is a better chance. This is the Alexander Nikolaev, this ship here, which has surface-to-air missiles as well as some spoofing, so ECM. Unfortunately for this ship, she's also getting engaged by 4 harpoons. I think she, as one of the few ships, comes with a CUIS. There we go. Can you intercept all these missiles in time? See, I rather doubt that. I'm gonna try and zoom out a little bit. Got a hit on one. Hit. 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 One ship has been eliminated. Second ship eliminated. Third ship under attack. I think this one could burn down. Of course, we're not quite done with the attack, because we still got a couple of trailing ships. The Alligator here immediately got neutered. Behind her, another ship is on fire. Then we have a couple of ships which are, as of yet, unharmed. But that's about to change. That's about to change, as all of these harpoons are going to slam into their respected targets. Respected? Whatever. Into their only assigned targets. Let's see. I think we're gonna just neutralize this whole wave in one go. This whole train of convoy, this whole train of logistic ships, landing ships, is gonna get a very unpleasant welcome to the United States. Look at all that coming in. This poor alligator is going to get hit again. Boom, boom, boom. That's another alligator eliminated. It's a bad season to be an alligator. Boom, 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 boom. This has probably been one of my better strikes lately. There we go. Mission accomplished. Red tide. The Soviet amphibious force has been destroyed without reaching the shore. With the landing ship sunk and escorts shattered, the bay area remains secure. NATO forces have delivered a decisive blow. The tide has turned. Now, what I'm very curious about is where were those submarines? Where were the submarines? I suspect the scenario is going to end in about 2 seconds if I let it play out. Poor San Francisco, and her patience is not going to get rewarded. Where were the subs? Did they have any subs? Oh yes, they had a Victor and an Oscar. Where? Oh, really? Map center unit. So, like there? Ooh. That's very close to Olympia. 10 miles out only. If I'd kept the Enterprise on her course and not completed the mission when I did, the Enterprise could have run right over that formation. This B-3 was dropping sonobuoys, but not where I should have dropped them. And what about the Victor 3? Because I think this guy, the Oscar, was the one that was actually listening in on my carrier group. The Victor is right next to the San Francisco? 6 miles? Really?
Turn to course. 2, 3, 1. How am I?
She's right there?
7028 is classified.
Oh, now you're starting to shoot. That's a little late, my friend.
Secure active
I'm not getting anything on sonar. Curious. Okay. Wasn't expecting that at all. Now, of course, from a, let's say, coastal defense perspective, it makes sense that if you're the nation under attack, you are going to get a lot more assets than the enemy. The thing about this particular mission is, I think I had almost way too many assets. Because did I even take a single loss? I don't think I did. I don't think I did. If I exit the mission now, we're not going to be able to see that, but I don't think I took a single hit. All the missiles got intercepted. The helos never did anything against San Francisco. It's just, yeah, that's a bit of the problem with the AI. And I am looking forward to the dynamic campaign, which is still being worked on, but the AI needs to somehow smarten up. They need to start throwing out missiles from the Kalinin, for example, in one big swoop. Just send everything you got. If you got an escort line like this, and this is more up to the scenario creator rather than the AI, they need to be doing a bit more defensive operations. Because I could just bypass this whole defensive block here, fly to the sides and go, haha, you're dead. It's part AI, it's part mission design. I think both aspects will need to be improved. At any rate, I hope you guys enjoyed the mission. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. And I look forward to seeing you in mission number 6.